If you can give me about 12 to 15 minutes, I'm gonna show you exactly how you can make 2025 your absolute best year in entrepreneurship and with your business or whatever it is that you're trying to build. I see you guys every single year fall for the new business model by all these gurus, right? There'll be a new business model next year. There'll be another business model the year after that. There was a year where it was all about SMA. There was a year where it was all about digital marketing, agency stuff, e-commerce, dropshipping, Amazon FBA, crypto. You guys seem to fall for every single business model every single year by these gurus that keep pushing these business models to you, and they continuously get richer and richer and richer and richer from you guys because you buy their stuff to learn how to start those business models. Now, that within itself is technically a great business model to just replicate and just steal from them. And it's how I'm going to help you make 2025 the greatest year possible. Now, that doesn't mean you have to become a YouTuber or grow a massive audience or even become a fake guru. I don't recommend those three things, in fact. First of all, don't try to teach something if you have not yet done that thing. Second of all, don't think that you're gonna start a business and you're immediately gonna start getting sales just because you post your first 3, 4, 5, 6 YouTube videos. If you're gonna go down the personal brand route, I am here to tell you that it takes you months, if not years, to even see your first sale. Just to give you some actual factual numbers, that's crazy, but to give you some factual numbers, it took me 1 whole year of posting on YouTube to make $50. I made $50 after 1 year, exactly 1 year on the dot as well, by the way. And that was a coaching call with a guy called William Boston, because he bought, through my link, he clicked on a link, he bought a 1 hour coaching session with me just to show him how to scrape leads for his agency. Something as simple as that. He absolutely loved it, left a review, said it was the best $50 he ever spent. I think it was actually £50 actually, £50, so call it $70. Took me a whole year of posting on YouTube to make $70. So here's what I'm here to break down to you, and you guys probably don't want to listen to this, right? Because it's the truth, and the truth typically hurts. The reason why you're broke, and the reason why every year you say to yourself, this is my year, this year, 2024 is going to be my year, 2023 is going to be my year, 2025 is going to be your year, and it's probably not, is because here's what you're doing. You continuously fall for these business models, not realizing that it's not actually the business model that gets you rich. I know that's a very controversial statement to make because obviously your business model, and when I say business model, here's what I mean. A lot of you guys are still thinking, should I go down the SMA route? Should I go down the dropshipping route? Shall I sell a digital product? Shall I do consulting? Shall I do coaching? Shall I sell software? Shall I do the AI stuff? Shall I get into Amazon FBA? Is that even still a thing? Probably is. I'm going to get crucified in the comments for that. But you get the point I'm trying to make. You guys fall continuously for a business model. And I'm here to tell you that all these business models, if you really put the work in, will work. Now, when I say put the work in, what do I specifically mean that's going to make you money and make 2025 your absolute best year in business? Here's what I mean. Instead of falling for the business model and thinking it's the business model that's going to get you rich, what's actually going to get you rich is your ability to market your services or whatever it is that you're selling that's actually going to get you rich. Let me give you an example and make this stupidly clear for you. Starting an agency is probably not going to get you rich if you're going to continuously send cold calls, do cold calls or do cold outreach, right? What will get you rich is figuring out how to market your marketing services. You know what I found crazy over the last 2-3 years? What I found crazy is that most agency owners, when they're running Facebook ads for clients, this is what they're trying to sell. They'll try to sell Facebook ads to clients and get them, more customers and clients for their business. So let's say you're running a marketing agency and you're helping real estate agents. Well, you want to help real estate agents get more clients and customers, whatever you want to call them, right? And you do this through Facebook ads. That could be one of the services you provide, right? You think because you've now started this agency and you've started doing cold outreach that you're owed some clients. You're not owed shit, and you barely even get clients that way anyway. When was the last time you actually bought something from a stranger on the internet because they sent you a cold DM with a really personalized line? Has that ever happened to you? Have you actually ever bought anything for $1,000 plus from somebody and a company you've never heard of before until they just reached out to you? Has that ever happened? In fact, let me make it even more abundantly clear. If you didn't know who I was at all, and I reached out to you with a cool script, and I said I could do X, Y, and Z for you, come and buy my stuff for $1,000. It wouldn't even matter if I had the greatest case studies or this thing or that thing. You would immediately think there's something fishy going on here. Who the hell is this guy in my inbox? And what is he trying to sell me? Your brick wall, which is a defense mechanism, which is good, by the way. You've got this defense mechanism that knows, hey, this is probably some sort of this is probably nefarious, it's fishy, it might be a scam. Get this guy out of my inbox, and you probably tell me to F off or delete the message, or tell me to delete my message or kick rocks or whatever it is. See what I'm trying to say? And that's how you guys are trying to operate. So the actual real secret, and I broke this down in one of my last videos, is this. Instead of focusing on what's the best business model, lock in on one business model. Now, I can't be the dude to tell you what business model to get into. I can give you some ideas. If you're a beginner and you're completely broke and you've got no skills, the best business model to get into is offering some sort of service. Let's think about why. I personally believe that coaching businesses and digital products are better than service-based businesses long term. I repeat, long term. That's the key phrase there, being long term. Obviously, SaaS and software companies are obviously even better than digital products. They're like the holy grail of the internet, I believe. Like running your own software company, building your own software company, like like Lemlist. I'm pretty sure you guys are all familiar with Lemlist or ClickFunnels or Go High Level. Like owning one of those softwares, to me, honestly sounds like the absolute pinnacle of internet marketing and being an online money-making dude, whatever you want to call yourself, right? That to me is the pinnacle. The problem though is that those softwares sometimes can cost hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to literally develop. It's getting cheaper now, obviously, but even then, when you do develop the software, I was literally just talking to my friend literally last night, and he was talking about how his girlfriend has come up with a software. It cost her £30,000. That's about 41-ish K US dollars just to get the software up and running. And now she's having problems selling the software because she doesn't know how to market. See, this is what I keep seeing. You guys start businesses, right? But you don't even know how to market your own business. I think that's the key. The reason why Alex Hormozi, Sam Ovens, Iman Gaji, I always mention these three dudes. The reason why those guys were absolutely, are just geniuses at what they do is because they know how to market the thing they're selling. You guys are starting agencies and you're doing cold outreach to get clients for your marketing agency. Let me explain how crazy that is. Think about this. That's like a doctor giving you advice that you need to take these medicines per day. And then you ask the doctor, well, do you take these medicines per day to solve this problem because you've got the same problem as me? And he says no. That's a bit fishy, don't you think? So what I mean by that is, don't you think it's crazy how you can take like a Facebook ads agency owner and they don't actually run Facebook ads to get clients for their own Facebook ads agency? Do you know how crazy that actually sounds when you say it out loud? Like, think about it. There are people out there that are running Facebook ad agencies and they don't even know how to use Facebook ads to get clients for their own Facebook ads agency. So it's like you're trying to sell something you don't even use yourself. That's like being a fat personal trainer and then giving advice on health when you're stupidly, morbidly obese. Do you know how unethical that actually kind of sounds when you say it out loud? It's insane. So my warning to you, or my plea to you, is please, 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 I want you to pause this video right now and just swear an oath to yourself that you will actually get good at your service, but more importantly, marketing your service or your product to other people. That's the key. I need to give this a name. I'm probably gonna call this something like leveraged persuasion. You need to learn leverage persuasion. Leverage persuasion comes in many forms, like I said in my last video. And what I mean by leverage persuasion is this. You take a look at any of your favorite companies, any of your favorite gurus. Doesn't even matter what business they're running. This is the key I'm trying to get you to understand. It doesn't matter what business you're running, as long as you've got a good product, obviously, and there's demand there, and you're solving a problem. As long as you've got those things, people will buy if you can get in front of them. That's the bit you're missing. You're missing the, can I get in front of thousands of people every single day? That's the bit you're missing because you're too busy doing cold calls and cold outreach. I think those things keep you broke. So what I want you to do in 2025 is to swear an oath that you're going to get good at learning leverage persuasion. Leverage persuasion does not necessarily mean you have to jump on YouTube and become a YouTuber and go the Iman Gaji route, or like what I'm doing right now, speak to the camera. Because this is a form of leverage persuasion. I sit down to record this one video one time. It gets posted onto YouTube and it might get seen by 200 people, 1,000 people, 10,000 people. One of my videos that I posted on this same YouTube channel has over 300,000 views. Can you imagine if I didn't have that form of leverage persuasion? I'd have to reach 300,000 people individually. Do you know how long that would have taken me? Whereas that one video is maybe, what is it, an hour, 2 hours long maybe? It's a long video, like an hour long. I put 1 hour of work in. I didn't even edit the video myself. Sent it to a video editor. That drops onto YouTube, gets 300,000 views. Do you know what that does for your business? See, this is the secret to making money on this. If you're wondering what the secret is to all your gurus, like what buttons are these guys pressing? How are they making $5,000 a day? When they wake up, what on earth are they pressing on their computers to make $5,000 a day? And I can't even make $1,000 in a month. If that's you right now, I'm telling you, it's because you haven't figured out leveraged persuasion. Again, leveraged persuasion is your ability, I said this in my last video, to produce one piece of content one piece of content or one piece of marketing material. That's a better word for it, because it can come in many forms. You can go the YouTube route, although I don't recommend it. I do recommend it long term, but I don't recommend it short term. What I mean by that is, if you go the YouTube route and you think you have to become a YouTuber and all this crazy stuff, you're almost there. That's going to take you about 4 or 5 years though. I'd honestly just say like YouTube is probably going to take you about 3, 4, 5 years, to be honest with you, for it to start actually moving in the way that you think it's going to. Unless you're really, really, really good at creating hooks, thumbnails, storylines, editing, all that sort of stuff. Other than that, it's going to take you about 3 years probably. More likely about 3 years. It just will, before things really start getting moving. So what are you going to do in year like 0, like now, to year 3? The quickest way I have found is to literally set up ads and run ads. I'm not even joking. If you want a client in the next 14 days flat, here's what you're going to do. You're going to grab your camera, you're going to sit it down just like how I'm doing right now, and you're going to speak to a very specific niche, like dentist, for example. Dentist, I don't know why I picked dentist, it's just on the top of my head. And you're going to say something on the lines of this. If you are a dentist above a certain threshold, so let's say if you're a dentist and you're already pulling in 30K a month with your dentistry business, and you want to get to 100K, the best thing you can do to get more predictable patients coming into your clinic would be to do X, Y, and Z. And then obviously you insert X, Y, and Z. What I want you to do is click the link below, because we're going to guarantee you X amount of patients in the next 45 days. And if we don't get you them, you don't pay, and we give you some money on top of that. That is such a simple guarantee. And then you can go into, that would be your first call to action. Your second bit of the ad would be explaining how this stuff works. If you got previous case studies, you would insert them. If you don't worry, use industry standards. And then your second call to action would be, so again, if you're a dentist and you're doing above this much, what I want you to do is click the link below and book in a call. Again, it's completely guaranteed, 0 risk on your end, and it's completely done for you. What that ends up doing is they click onto that ad, they drop onto a very simple funnel, which either has what you call a VSL on it. A VSL is literally just if you're going to do a VSL in 2025, keep your VSL about 3 to 5 minutes max, like absolute max, 3 to 5 minutes at the absolute max. I prefer what you call a CSL. A CSL is like a VSL without the video, just the slides. I am telling you, when I started implementing this, I went from booking 45 calls a month for my coaching / consulting business to literally being able to book over 240 calls a month, which is about 60 calls per week. I'll repeat that. I went from booking about 45 calls a month at my absolute max, and that was after 6 years of talking to this camera and posting it on YouTube to grow an audience to over 50,000 subscribers, right? First week into running ads to a funnel like this, booked in 63 sales calls for my services, all inbound, didn't lift a finger. My cost per book call was $41. $41. That means for every $41 I'm putting into advertising, I'm getting a qualified call back. Not even joking. If you're going to do this, by the way, learn from my mistakes. Number 1, don't book calls in a time zone you can't show up in. Obviously, I don't know why I even have to say this. It's the stupidest thing I've ever done. Like, it cost me a couple thousand. I'm not going to lie to you. It sounds so stupid, but the fundamentals always win in business. It's never the fancy stuff, by the way. What I mean by that is I was booking calls at like 9 a.m. UK time till 2 p.m. UK time or something like that. And I realized that, wait a minute, 9 a.m. my time when people are booking and calls with me is like 4, 5 a.m. EST time where I'm advertising. So who's pulling up to calls at like 3, 4, 5 a.m.? You know what I mean? It was a good thing though, because I ended up over-engineering what you call my show-up system. There's like a show-up thing where you're booking a call with me, you get a bunch of emails and texts and whatnot, and it shows you, well, I show people where to go to book it, to get onto the call, and it reminds them of their call, and a lot of reminder emails to boost the show-up rate and all that good stuff. All these automations that go out. This is what I teach the students inside the program as well. Link below if you want to jump into that or even just look at that. But you get the point I'm trying to make. I ended up over-engineering that, which ended up being a good thing, because now I was actually getting people to show up to calls at like 4 5 a.m. Only a few of them, but basically what I'm trying to say is because I made that error, I ended up over engineering my automations, overdoing it. So it's like it bombards people now and people actually show up to the calls. The second thing I would say as well, if you're going to go this route, is please make sure you're offering either a done for you service. This works very well if you're doing a done for you service that's priced at about 2K, 2.5K per month minimum, and you've got a 3-month minimum contract, roughly. The reason for that is because if you close a client at 2K per month and you know they're staying on for 3 months because you've got a great service, so get good at your service, by the way. Let's pretend that you're doing a service business. It's 2K a month for 3 months. That's 6 grand right there. That means realistically, you can afford to spend up to like 1.5K to 2 grand to 3 grand to just get one client, and you can still make a 2x return on investment. Not to get super, not really complex, but not to start speaking jargon to you, but if you put 2 grand into ads and you bring back one client and they pay you 6 grand, you've literally just made a 3x return. See what I mean? So it actually becomes quite simple. And this happens all the time, all day, every day. All your favorite companies are advertising, except you. So here's the thing, what I want you to understand. I will never say not learn your service, but I am saying this. You have to get better at marketing your service in 2025 if you want to get rich. That is what it is. That's what it comes down to. You need to be able to market your service like your life depends on it. You need to learn the skill of leveraged persuasion. Leveraged persuasion comes in many forms. I'll give you another form. Growing a YouTube channel. That's one. It's the slowest form, so I don't recommend it. I do recommend it long term, but I just don't recommend relying on it short term. You can grow an email list using ads. This is a very good way if you want to go down the digital product route or you want to go down the coaching route. It's a very good way to do this. You can put, again, other Facebook ads. You can put up Facebook ads, Instagram ads, for example. Whenever I say Facebook ads, I obviously mean Instagram and Facebook because I just mean meta ads. I'll show you how Iman Gaji does it, for example. Iman Gaji runs events every quarter, I believe it is, every 4 months or whatever he does. What he basically does is he puts on an event. He drops 4 videos in his event, 3 to 4 videos within the event. He comes up with a new angle to sell his product, like a new unique mechanism. The Sovereign Man, what was the other one? There was the Renaissance Man. He puts like these angles on it, right? And then what he does is he runs a bunch of ads to a landing page. He collects your email. He then pushes you onto his email list, but then his email list pushes you back to his YouTube channel so you can watch the events on his YouTube channel, which makes you subscribe anyway. So he grows his YouTube channel and his email list over time. Very smart guy. What he's doing is he's playing the long-term game. He knows that even if you sign up to his event, you watch the first 3 videos, and on the 3rd video, he drops the price of his program or whatever it is. You might not buy on that particular day, but because you're subscribed to his email list and his YouTube channel, he gets you subscribed to both. And I think he's got a WhatsApp group as well. He can market to you now all day, every day for the next 2 years down the line, and eventually you're gonna crack and buy into his thing because he's provided value after value after value after value. It may have cost him $25 to get you on his email list, but down the line you end up buying a program from him for $1997, 2 grand basically. Then you might buy his software. You get stuck on his software and you pay him multiple times. He's making a lot of money back. Can you see how it works? That's another way of leverage persuasion. You put ads out there, you give away something for completely free of value. You get people to sign up to that thing. They get the thing in exchange for their email. You guys have seen this before. You just don't do it for your businesses. It's weird. Don't you think it's weird how I can explain this all to you and you can kind of sit there and nod along like, yeah, this actually does make sense. And then it's like you realize that you don't even do this for your own business. It's really weird, isn't it? I see marketing agency owners that are good at marketing other people's businesses, but then when it comes to their own business, it's like, oh, I asked them how you getting clients and they go, oh, referrals and email marketing. And I'm like, aren't you a Facebook ads agency? And they're like, yeah, why? And I'm like, so are you using Facebook ads to grow your own Facebook ads agency? And they're like, oh, I've never really thought about that. And I'm like, wait, what? So you guys are not even taking the same medicine you supply. And they say no. And that's a different topic for another day, but don't you think that's crazy? So guys, one more time, I'm going to break this down for you. To make 2025 your greatest year, do not fall for another business model. Stick to one business model. If you're a beginner, start with offering some sort of service. That could be funnel building. It could be you're generating new traffic for business, aka paid ads. It could be email marketing / copywriting. It could be video editing. All these are it could be like hiring sales reps for people. I'm putting a sales team in place for businesses. All these are great services that you can charge for on a monthly recurring basis. These are all great services. Stop making it complicated by putting all these weird names on these businesses. It's just a service-based business. That's all it is. So everybody who's a beginner, start with a service-based business. And I'm here to tell you, in the future, what you're eventually going to do is you're going to move from being a service-based business to, which is a done-for-you business. You're then going to move into done with you, which is like coaching, consulting. And then eventually, you're going to move into selling digital products and software. I am telling you, that is the path. As the Mandalorian would say, this is the way. If anybody knows that reference, shout to you. So this is the way. Start with a service-based business, get really good at that. Then instead of doing that thing, you teach that thing one-to-one style. You then can turn it into a group thing if you want to, but eventually you want to get into where I'm at right now, which is digital products and starting some sort of education company, and then eventually software. I'm just following the same path all the people I look up to have followed, which seems to be the real way to build wealth online. And again, this is not about selling some bullshit online. This is not about selling some bullshit information online. I hate when people misconstrue my words. It's not what I'm telling you to do. I'm telling you to not to get stuck in a done for you business your entire life. Yes, you can get to 10 grand, 20 grand, 30 grand, 40 grand, 100 grand, whatever it is, you know, relatively, not easily, but you can get there if you have a one in, one out marketing system, which is like run ads to get this many calls to then close. You can scale that. There's no doubt about it. I just took a 17-year-old from literally $0, brand new business, brand new offer, 17, right? Not even old enough to frigging graduate. I don't think it's old enough to even attend college. I think you have to be 18, right? Or something like that. I think people start college like 18 and graduate like 21, 22 or whatever it is. Not even old enough to get into college. And this guy is already making 12.5K in his first 23 days. Brand new offer, simple system, selling high ticket clients on a done for you kind of system right now. And a bit of coaching in there as well. But guys, honestly, stop falling for the business models. If you're gonna fall for anything, fall for this. Just watch what your favorite gurus are doing. What is it that they're good at? They're good at running ads and creating content which produces inbound clicks to them. Get good at that. That doesn't necessarily mean, by the way, one more time. I know if you're a beginner, you're sat thinking right now, yeah, but Montel, I can't create a YouTube channel. I'm not saying create a YouTube channel. What I'm saying is there's other ways of doing it. Forget the YouTube channel for now. How about you do this instead? You rip ads, or you can get a user-generated content creator to rip the ads for you if you really don't want to be on camera. This is something that we teach inside the program, where to find these actors from and how to hire them, how much to pay them, all that good stuff. And what you can do is you can write a script using our templates, our ad templates. You then send that script off to a voice actor, for example, or a video actor, and these people this is their job. They literally you pay them. This is literally what they do for as a living. Like, they are literally paid to promote products and services. So you pay them, not to lie. We're not buying fake testimonials here. We're literally just getting them to say a script for you. So you write out an ad script using the templates. You send the templates over to these voice actors, these video actors. They say the template for you. You know, hey, if you're a dentist, you're above 50K a month, we're going to guarantee you this, this, and this. Click the link to book in a call, or stick around. Let me explain it for a second. Okay, so this is what we did for this particular client. This is what we did for this particular client. If you haven't got case studies, then you would say, okay, so this is what the industry averages on blah, 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 blah. This is how we run ads, blah, 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 blah. This is how we're going to get you clients. That makes sense? If so, click the link below. We're just going to guarantee you X amount of patients in the next 90 days, or you don't pay. Simple ass ad like that. You send that script over to a video actor. They say the video, and here's the craziest part. They will probably outperform you because you're so shy of being on camera. You probably mess it up anyway. You're probably going to mess up anyway. These people speak to cameras all day, every day, and that's their job. You're not going to beat a football player at football. You're not going to beat a video actor at video. It doesn't work like that. So you're better off doing that. Then what you can do is you can spend $30 a day on these ads, guys. $30 a day. If you haven't got $30 a day on running ads, I don't think you should be in business anyway. I know that's a sad reality, but I think it's become so pay to play now. Cold outreach has become obsolete. I don't even know why people are still teaching cold outreach. I'm telling you, with the first 3 days of advertising, I can book you more calls through ads than you will in the next 6 months of doing cold outreach, even if you do 100 cold outreach a day. Can guarantee it. I can guarantee it. I will look you in your face and say it one more time. I can guarantee it. I'm not even joking. Every single person agency owners specifically, or beginners that are starting service-based businesses that are just like you, don't know have an offer, don't know how to get clients, don't know how to book calls. Every time I've taught them this system, they've literally said, I have too many book calls on my calendar. I'll throw a proof up right now. This is Jibril saying that he's got too many calls on his calendar that he's had to reduce his ad spend. This guy went from struggling to book calls to saying, Montel, I have a good problem right now. I've got too many calls on my calendar. I don't even know if I can handle them. We had a whole back and forth conversation on what he should do. New levels produce new devils. We're at a different level now, so he's got different problems. Reached a different. His first problem was not to book calls. Now, boom, he's got too many calls. Every single time I've taught this to somebody, they've gone, Montel, getting way too many calls. Way too many calls, bro. Didn't even know it was like this. I actually got to the point now where I'm believing that it's actually cheaper to book calls through ads than it is to hire appointment setters and do cold outreach. Not even joking. I've got case studies of people booking in calls for $20 per call. If you're already running an agency right now, I want you to think about the number you're spending on all your software, all your email domains, all the team members, lead scrapers, all the stuff that you're doing to do outreach. Maybe that's appointment setters. And I want you to calculate how many calls, how much that is in total, and then divide it by how many calls you booked. If the number is lower than 20, I'll shut up. But I can guarantee it's not. Your cost per book call is higher than what my students are. $20 cost per book call. And if you don't believe me, we've got Jay here booking in calls for £10, which is $12. $12 calls. That's $12. Every $12 is putting into ads for one of his clients, getting in a book call. The guy turned £500 into £15,000. That's a 30x return on investment. Are you insane? Are you insane? Anyway, guys, I hope you can see how passionate I am about this. If you learn this skill, which is either you grow some sort of audience long-term, there's a couple ways you can do that. You can go the organic route and post on YouTube, for example, or X or TikTok or whatever it is. Don't expect anything from that for a long time because it does take months to do that. Or if you want to still replicate what it would feel like to have a big audience, without having to spend the months and the years growing an audience, well, then you've got to switch to buying the audience, basically. You've got to borrow traffic from Facebook and Instagram by buying it off of them. The way you would do that is obviously you'd set up ads. Now, there's two ways you can set up these ads. From what I've seen, it's been very successful for most people, and me included, which is directly just buying calls onto your calendar, which would be, you rip an ad, like I said, you get a voice actor, you say all that stuff, they book it, you click them, get them to click on a link. That link then takes them to a landing page. Either you've got a VSL on there that's very well written, or a CSL. Both of these things need to be very, very well written. If you don't know how to write these, go on YouTube, do it the free way if you want to. If you want to do it the paid but fast way, go click on the link in the description if you want to. That is a plug. I'm definitely plugging you, because you guys, if I don't plug you, you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna go back to what you did this year, and you're gonna be like, oh, why did 2025, why is it the same cycle I'm living in like 2024? You didn't do nothing different. How can you expect to do the same things over and over again and expect a different result? It's insane. So the best way I've found is to just buy meetings directly on a calendar by running ads, Facebook and Instagram, booking a call, using a VSL or a CSL. Yes, CSL stands for Canva Sales Letter. It's the VSL without the video, basically. That books in calls ridiculously well. Like, you can book 300 calls a month with that, with obviously decent ad spend. You'd need decent ad spend for that. You've got $30 a day. That'll probably outperform everything you're doing right now. Literally, start with $30 a day. Second thing you can do is you can go down the more email route if you want to sell a digital product, which is why, by the way, I said that the business, I'm now a believer in, like, I'm not going to be a guru that's going to sell you on a business model. I don't care about the business model. Do you know why? Because I've built each one of these business models. I've done a done-for-you agency, built that. I've done a done-for-you coaching program, built that. And I've done a digital product, built all three of them. And the thing that made me successful in all three of them wasn't the business model. It's not the business model. It's my ability to be able to persuade people to buy my stuff using the internet and social media or advertising, by either borrowing traffic, buying traffic, or garnering traffic for free by myself using organic content. See what I'm trying to say? That's how I got my first agency client. That's how I scaled the agency past 10 grand. The very, when was that? That was in May 2021. Never forget it. The way how I did that was Upwork. I borrowed traffic off of Upwork. That's how I originally scaled it past 10 grand a month to get me this friggin' apartment I'm sat in right now. I'll be moving to Dubai soon, wink, wink. The coaching business did the exact same thing. Built an audience on social media. So agency did it with that through, LinkedIn. That was how I got my very first client, organic traffic on LinkedIn. Then I switched it to buying traffic off of Upwork. Then the coaching business. YouTube, Instagram, direct to my email list, to my landing pages, to my book call page, booked in calls that way. Then the digital product itself, which was agency transformation, I just turned my coaching program, the same coaching program, into a digital product. Very smart move, by the way, but you have to know some shit in order to even get to coaching and digital products. See what I'm trying to say? But I'm not trying to sell you on either of those business models. That's up to you to start any of those business models. I just recommend starting with some sort of service, because like, what are you gonna coach on if you know what I mean? Like, if you're a beginner and you're working at like a call center right now, and you're making like $2,000, $3,000 a month, like, what are you gonna coach on? You know what I mean? Unless you've got like some skill that's obvious to you, then obviously you can coach on that, which I believe is a better business model than running a done-for-you agency, by the way, just so you know. But the problem is that when I tell you that, you're going to start trying to go and build a coaching business now, and it's like you've not even achieved anything yet, so you might as well start with offering a service first and then build your coaching business on the side in the future. That's what I'd recommend. So the second way to do this is to buy leverage or buy traffic, aka borrow traffic from Facebook and Instagram, by just buying ad space and getting people onto your email list to grow your email list over time, which then you don't even need to be on video for. See what I'm trying to say? You can run ads to a free lead magnet, for example. Let's say you want to do weight loss, for example, and you've got a 997 program that you want to come out with. Technically, you could make this work if you lost weight and you could prove that. Obviously, you could start a channel, but in the meantime, here's what you would do to actually get clients. Like today, you would run ads on Instagram, Facebook. You could drive traffic to your email list, build an email list over time, then eventually start getting sales for your 997 program if you want to do it that way. Or better yet, you could start a coaching business. This is not for beginners. This is definitely not for beginners. You can start a coaching business, and then you could just book calls directly onto your calendar and just sell something high ticket. There's many ways to do this, but it's all the same thing, really. It's you either buy traffic or you organically get traffic. That's how all your favorite companies are doing it. Sony cameras, I'm shooting on that right now. They run ads and marketing. Apple laptop, that monitor right there. Nobody reached out to me with a cold outreach message and sold them to me. Anyway, guys, to make 2025 great, stop falling for business models. Stop jumping from one business model to the next business model, to then making this promise to yourself about how this year is going to be this is going to be your big breakthrough year, and then you get to like October, November, and you just look back at the year and you think, this was such a shit year again, and you keep living this cycle over and over again. I'm telling you why you keep living that cycle is because you're not getting good at sticking to one thing, mastering that one thing, but more importantly, getting traffic to that thing that you're selling. Chase clicks, not clients. That should be a mantra going forward on this YouTube channel. Chase clicks, because clicks will get you clients. Iman Gaji chases clicks. Alex Amosi chases clicks. Sam Ovens definitely chases clicks. It's the clicks, ad clicks, organic content clicks to your calendar, to your sales page, to your email list. Doesn't matter what you're selling. If you need clicks, that's what I'm trying to sell you on. Get clicks. I'm not here to sell you on a business model. I don't think it's a business model that's going to get you rich. There's certain business models that are better than others, but if you know how to get clicks to the thing that you're selling within those business models, that's when you start making money. You could be selling a software. You could be selling a physical product. You could be selling a digital product. You could be selling a online course, an ebook, an agency service, agency services. See what I'm trying to say? You get clicks for either of those businesses, you're going to make money. That's the secret to making money online. And that's how you're going to make 2025 your greatest year yet. Please rewatch this video many times over and let it sink in. I will keep repeating this stuff on my channel until it sinks in. Chase clicks, not clients. I am telling you, your life will start changing. And again, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to build a YouTube channel. You can buy clicks if you don't want to spend 6 years building a channel like I did. That being said, love you guys. Make 2025 your greatest year by listening to this video over and over again. Share it with a friend and do the things with the buttons. Like, comment, subscribe. You guys know what to do. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next video. If you need any help, just drop me a DM on Instagram. We'll show you how to get clicks. Within the first 4 hours of your ads going live, you can have book calls on your calendar if you're sending an agency service. Not even joking. Even if you're a beginner, not even joking. Seen this many, many times over now. That being said, love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.